Start by inspecting and removing dirt, excess asphalt coating, or other material in the heel retaining groove and gasket seat that can prevent the Field Lock 350 gasket from being properly installed. The gasket must be wiped clean with a clean cloth, flexed, and then placed into the socket with the rounded bulb end entering first. Loop and work the gasket into the heel retainer groove and space the loops around the joint evenly. Pull out the loop about 3 to 4 inches high to adjust the gasket. Once the loops are pulled and evenly spaced, push the looped gasket into the bell. A rule of thumb to use for the number of loops is, the first digit of the pipe size is the number of loops needed. When installing tightened joint pipe in sub-freezing weather, the gaskets, prior to their use, must be kept at a temperature of at least 40 degrees Fahrenheit by suitable means, such as storing in a heated area. After the gasket is installed, check to ensure the gasket is flush and does not set above the throat, and apply a thin film of tightened joint lubricant. In hot, dry weather conditions, the lubricant can dry out. Especially when applied to hot pipe, it will be necessary to add a small amount of water to hydrate the lubricant. Caution: the use of spray-on lubricant is not recommended. Experience has determined that spray-on lubricant may not be sufficient to allow joint assembly without gasket displacement. Lubricate the pipe spigot back to a depth equal to the gasket bulb to the back of the socket. Push the spigot end into the bell, keeping the pipe in straight alignment. Once the pipe is installed, the pipe must be pulled back to set the teeth. When the pipe is pulled back, the joint deflection can be set as required. Backfilling and compacting the soil behind the bell will prevent the next joint from pushing in the previously lain pipe. When pipe is cut in the field, the cut end may be readily conditioned so that it can be used to make up the next joint. The outside of the cut end, or any pipe without a bevel, should be beveled about 1/2 inch at an angle of about 30 degrees, and the leading edge should be rounded. This can be done quite easily with a portable grinder. The operation removes any sharp, rough edges which otherwise might damage the gasket. When cut pipe, which have no assembly stripes, are to be assembled, the spigot insertion depth should be marked on the spigot to ensure that the joint is fully assembled. When deflection is required at the joint, the spigot should not be completely homed. Assembly mark locations by size and deflection information are given in Table 2 of the Field Lock 350 gasket brochure. The Field Lock 350 gasket should not be used on pipe and fittings which have thick coatings or tape wrap on the outer diameter of the pipe. In general, if the peen pattern is not visible on the pipe surface, the asphalt coating may be too thick for proper penetration of the teeth of the Field Lock 350 gasket. The thick coating should be removed from the end of the pipe or fitting before assembly. The coating must be no more than 2 mils thick for asphalt coating and 6 mils nominal thickness for 2-part epoxy coating on the plain end of the pipe. When it is known that field cuts will be made on pipe 14 inches and larger, several lengths can be ordered as gauged. US Pipe gauged pipe is marked with a green stripe on the bell face.